Hey guys, I'm Carissa.
And I'm Christian, and this is A Lot in Common.
A lot in common. Okay. That's not allegedly. I think he's actually gay.
That's crazy.
Like, are you serious?
They are literally demon possessed. So, sister, today we're going to go over all of the crazy Met Gala stuff because that was crazy. Seeing all of them dressed like aliens in all of the gray hues and all the gray undertones and the greens, it just looked really creepy and very, very demonic, like it always does. I mean, honestly, anything that has to do with Hollywood or celebrities now, it just looks and feels so demonic. You know what I mean?
It sure does. You get bad vibes.
Yes.
Super bad vibes.
Yes. And they look ridiculous now, trying to pretend like, what was that girl, Sarah Paulson, wearing the dollar glasses to signify the 1% that run the world. It's like, girl, you're worth $12 million.
Allegedly, yeah.
Allegedly. What are you doing?
Let's pull up a picture of that dress she wore. So this is Sarah Paulson at the Met Gala. She has a dollar bill over her eyes to call out the 1%.
Let's take a look, you guys.
It's like a big fancy bow with a nice choker made out of diamonds. And some glasses that are a $1 bill with the little tiny holes in them so she could see. That's good. And white long gloves and slick back, shorter hair.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as she wears diamond earrings to signify, I mean, it's just annoying. These people, they're so pretentious and they just have no vision of what reality is. She's like, oh yeah, I'll wear, because it says she's actually like, I'll wear a $1 on my eye. I'm sorry. But that is how she talks. But she'll wear a dollar on her eyes to signify the 1% that controls everything.
Yeah.
You literally are just an actress, right?
Yeah.
That has millions of dollars. You're literally part of the 1%.
It's just so strange.
Let's look up, how much money do you have to be a part of the 1%? Your household income has to have $659,000 a year annually to be in the top 1%. So Sarah Paulson is literally in the top 1%. Maybe that was her whole thing, though. Maybe she's like signifying, I'm the top 1%.
Yeah, maybe she's like, I've made it.
Eat cake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what it is. She's not sticking up for them.
That makes sense. Now that makes sense.
It does.
Right?
So she's just saying, F you all.
Yeah, that makes
all of you. I'm at the Met Gala.
I made it.
Oh my goodness gracious, look at me.
I made it. You know what else was crazy about the Met Gala?
What?
Was the Rachel Zegler.
Yes.
Her mouth movements, I'm so sorry. Okay. She definitely did way too much.
She did a lot
Coca-Cola,
of drugs, I think.
She's fine, guys.
Oh, goodness. Oh my gosh. Ay.
You know what else is weird is there's like people, like something going on in the background there.
Yeah.
Because they're like, there's whistles going on and somebody's like, don't worry, she's fine, guys. Like something serious is going on.
Are they talking about her?
I don't know. Because there's
I wouldn't doubt it. If I saw a young woman doing that, I would ask her if she's okay.
Right.
And no one's asking her if she's okay. That's just crazy. She is just a very, I think that she's like one of those, the Disney kids, you know, that just get totally sucked in and promised the world and then totally just abused and used and taken advantage of. And it looks to me, you know, just like a distraught young woman.
Yeah.
Very distraught and very disturbed.
Almost, honestly, kind of like just full of demons.
Shadow of Ezra reposted this. Katy Perry showed up at the Met Gala promoting a satanic transhumanist agenda, wearing a satin gown, a silver face mask, and gloves with 6 fingers.
Here it is, you guys.
Here we go.
Shut up.
Casey, look around, look around. This way, on the right, this way, this way, this way.
Oh gosh. She's supposed to be signifying AI, supposedly. With the 6 fingers there, it's because AI notoriously messes up with the hands on their photos. So she's signifying like an AI thing, right? Walking around. But you know what's funny? All of these people that were at the Met Gala, they're all in some type of hot water right now. Blake Lively, Beyonce, Rihanna, Katy Perry, like Rachel Zegler. The last time she was anywhere was the whole controversy going on with Snow White. So I feel like they just invited all of the people that are just in big trouble right now. And they made them humiliation ritual on all of them and made them dress. They honestly all look, their dresses, it all looks very demonic, evil, obviously, alienish, you know what I mean? Like they're trying to go with this creepiness, a humiliation ritual, making them also, did you know that the Met Gala is filmed on a street in the middle of like traffic? Did you know that?
Nope.
It's just this huge canopy over on a street.
What street?
I'll pull it up.
Yeah, it's just a fake little world.
There's Beyonce. Yeah, it's like, see right here, it's just right here, and then the after party's in this huge building right here. Let's pause it. It's in this huge tent, right? And they make it look so cool and so fancy inside. It's in the middle of the street. People are driving by. And then they go to this probably weird ass after party back here, and who knows what's going on back there.
Yeah.
But it's just so fake. It's all so fake. And they've tried it forever. The Met Gala is the most prestigious thing for celebrities, right? Like, it's just so fake.
It is so fake. And nobody's interested in it anymore. The only people that are really interested are the ones that are like doing it. They're like, look at me. I bet you they pay the audience to be there and scream their name and yell at them.
Dude, probably especially now. Especially now because nobody's interested in celebrity. Well, like, of course, there's a huge portion of the population that loves celebrities still. Still listens to all the secular music, still does all these things, right?
Yeah.
But a huge portion of the population also does not. And just recently, there's been a huge breakaway of movies and celebrities being like the main focus of the world. There's just been this huge decline for them. So I bet you anything that they pay for people to shout at their names. And they're like, they're probably calling paparazzi all the time. Like, we're going to be here. You know
just
what I mean?
Totally disillusioned, like thinking that they're just so amazing and great and everybody still loves them. But no, it's all fake.
So fake. And these outfits are horrendous.
They're
and
crazy.
Ridiculous.
They're just really crazy. Like, come on. And it was supposed to be about art, right? I mean, it's art, whatever. It's art, whatever, but it's also so unnecessary. And, you know, now you don't listen to secular music and you just get so pulled far away from this world of celebrity and idolatry. And I mean, I used to be a huge Rihanna fan and huge Beyonce fan. And then I was like, came to Christ and like, oh my gosh, what was I listening to?
Yeah.
Just absolutely insane. And now I look at this, the Met Gala, and I'm like, man, no.
It's like, it's literally comical. It used to be so cool, like, oh my gosh, look at her walking. Now it's literally comical. And
like, who cares? This is so like crazy. It's like these people have millions and millions of dollars and like, you know, they just seem useless. You know, they're not writing their own songs. They're not playing their own instruments. You know, what are they? They're just people with a lot of money and not doing really anything besides, you know, pushing a satanic agenda on the youth. And so we got to kind of put that out there and show, you know, that's not right.
Yeah, we got to call it out because it's not just that they're not doing anything. Oh, they're just famous, living their happy lives. No, they're actually pushing out stuff against what we all should be fighting for.
Let's talk about Project Bluebeam because, Project Bluebeam seems to be on its way in.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon had an amazing take on it. It was so funny how he was saying that we're just not going to care. And he thinks it's going to be the most embarrassing moment in American history. What do you think about it?
I think that's 100% right. And I keep wondering, why are they pushing out Project Bluebeam right now? I know it was for the Schleppstein files, right? They had the Schleppstein files come out, right? And to distract us from the Schleppstein files, they went to World War III pretty much with Iran, right? Yeah. And to distract us from that, are they doing the Project Bluebeam? Like, it's all just a distraction, right?
I mean, yeah.
It's all that they do. And so we know that this is all bullshit. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what their head runner right now, the head person that's in charge of all the UFO disclosures is, of course, none other than Benny Johnson.
What? Why is he?
They're using him as the guy bringing out all the information,
putting out the narrative. They're using Benny as the narrative pusher.
Yes,
definitely. The way he was so excited about the NASA, the latest, Artemis 2. He was so excited about Artemis.
Yeah, the
way he was excited kind of really showed me, everything.
Yeah, I mean, he's completely bought, but
yeah.
Let's take a look. It looks like he's got Representative Eric Burleson here. And they're talking about some new UFOs too big to move. Let's take a look.
Evidence. You made a claim this weekend that I thought was remarkable, a craft too big to move. Can you unpack that for us?
I was told that in a skiff and also outside of one, that there is a craft at a location in a foreign country that is too big to move. They built a building around it. It's in a foreign country, and it is a U.S. installation. I can't say anything more than that.
It's on like a U.S. military base installation.
I can't really say anything more than that. What I can say is that it would be quite a trip to get there. I'm going to continue to do research. I've been granted permission by the White House to go to some of these locations in the United States. I think that's low-hanging fruit to visit some of these sites. And frankly, when you look back in history, this is something that was not given, this access was not given to Barry Goldwater. It wasn't given to Harry Reid. I feel very honored that the White House has trusted me to be able to go visit some of these sites, and already visited one military base that's been part of the discussion for the lore for the UFO phenomenon for quite some time. And I already checked that location off. We're going to continue to try to get to other locations as well.
Okay. First of all,
yes.
Are we going to talk about his eyes?
Who? No, we're not going to talk about his eyes.
Like a U.S. military base.
Because that's mean. Because then I'm going to talk about Benny Johnson's mouth. But they're just saying that there's a big craft from who knows where, right?
And who knows where the craft is.
Yeah, they don't know where it is, but it's so big they can't move it.
Well, he knows where it is, right? And he was given special access and granted special privileges to be able to go look at it because he's so special. And he gets to go on Benny Johnson and tell everybody he knows where they are. I know where they are, and I was granted. I'm so honored. I got special access at nobody believes
I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you that I know, but I'm not going to tell you what I know.
Yeah, okay. So then why are you talking right now?
Yeah, what's the point?
Cool. That's good for you.
What's the
Too
point?
bad we can't know. That sucks. I'm so jealous.
And I wish I could be you. Dang it. So for those of you who don't know what Project Bluebeam is, this is a really good video of AJ from the Y-Files explaining kind of roughly what it is and what the narrative trying to be pushed out and what the government is trying to do.
Space show in the sky. He discovered that NASA and a few intelligence agencies developed the technology to project 3D holographic images into the sky. I say into because the system uses a combination of satellites and ground-based systems to manipulate the ionosphere. You don't need a screen. Images can be projected onto the particles in the atmosphere. The projections will appear so lifelike that people will believe they are witnessing a miracle. The dominant god of each region will appear in the sky. Imagine looking up and seeing Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, all speaking to their followers in their own language. Their god will tell them their beliefs are all wrong, then will slowly morph into a new god. This is the first appearance of the new Messiah, God of the New World Order.
The projections of Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, and Krishna will merge into one, and explanations of mysteries and revelations will be disclosed. This one God will, in fact, be the Antichrist.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what everything's leading up to. So what they're doing is they probably have been doing this since they started working on Project Bluebeam. Honestly, a long time ago, they're trying to build this anticipation and this interest from the American or the world population in aliens, right?
Yeah.
Make everybody super interested in aliens and super interested in, I mean, even who was it that said it? Was it Ronald Reagan that said the only thing that would bring the whole world together would be from another planet, right? Reagan, yeah. At the UN, he said the famous alien threat species. Let's take a look at that real quick.
I couldn't help at one point in my discussions privately with General Secretary Gorbachev, when you stop to think that we're all God's children, wherever we may live in the world, I couldn't help but say to him, just think how easy his task and mine might be in these meetings that we held if suddenly there was a threat to this world from some other species, from another planet, outside in the universe. We'd forget all the little local differences that we have between our countries, and we would find out once and for all that we really are all human beings here on this earth together.
One world order.
Yeah, and I think AJ describes it perfectly.
Yeah.
He says that theory of what Bluebeam is that they're going to make our messiahs come, or they're just going to do aliens, who knows? But they're going to make us all conform and know that that's the one, that's the God, or that is the alien that can control us or hurt us or do whatever it can do. And we're all going to band together and be one world order.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be trying to do it with the 2030 agenda.
Oh, yeah,
right?
for sure.
It's 2026. We got 4 years. They're building us all up. All this anticipation, right?
All this anticipation for it. And it seems like that's what's lining up to be, for sure, is the one world order.
Yeah, and they're really pushing on the gas right now, trying to really push for aliens being exposed, you guys. And I mean, lots of people are sitting here saying aliens are just demons. And so, there could be aliens in the middle of the earth. That's what I would probably believe more, obviously, than up there. I would think that they're coming from the middle of the earth. But
yeah, well, they're saying they're coming from the oceans. That's like kind of like the main theory is that it's going to be coming from the oceans. Makes more sense because I don't think it'd be coming down from heaven.
Right.
Bluebeam isn't going to work on us. I don't think so. Especially if NASA makes the display. If NASA is the one that is funding Project Bluebeam or is working towards Project Bluebeam, this is going to be a failed attempt, 100%.
Yes. If they're the ones streaming the aliens coming down, we all know it's not real.
Yeah.
Like you've said many times, sister, it's a great, I think it's just I think you're spot on. I think that NASA is going to fail and they're going to rebrand as Hollywood. Because like you've said, it made so much sense that Hollywood is failing, NASA's failing. They're going to go together as one in the people's eyes, because obviously that's kind of what it is already.
Yeah.
You know what else was interesting? You've got Trump sitting here coming out saying, "Oh, we're gonna bring out the alien files. I'm finding some interesting stuff." Like he's totally like all in on the alien files.
Of course he is.
But then whenever it comes to the missing scientists, he says that they look like they're unrelated.
Well, when it comes to any other files, he doesn't seem interested.
Right.
Scientists who had access to there's all these missing scientists who had access to classified material. A bunch of them have turned up they're either missing or they have turned up dead. Have you been briefed yet about whether or not these cases are connected?
Yeah, I have.
And can you tell us if they are connected?
Well, so far, I mean, they're individual. We have a lot of scientists. So when you see, you put together 10, it's a lot, but it's, a very small number compared to we have a lot of scientists. I was asking that question, thousands, hundreds of thousands of scientists. So, some of them that we looked at are very sad cases in some cases. Some were sick. Some left this earth self-inflicted. Some had other things. So far, there's not a major, there's sometimes a little bit of a connection anyway, and you say, oh, this is a terrible thing. But so far, we're finding that there's not much of a connection. We'll let you know. We're going to be doing a full report.
Didn't he seem so irritated when he's being asked that question? Just so
there's all these missing signs.
I think he seems really annoyed with any files questions.
Right?
I think that's a great point. Like the JFK files, whenever he was supposed to be releasing those, and then he didn't release all the files.
Yeah.
He was really annoyed when people would ask him about that. And then of course, Schleppstein files. He was very annoyed with that. Missing scientist files. He's like, dude, keep this guy away from files.
Yeah, because he's just going to say that everything's fine. They got it under control, whatever. But you know what's so crazy about Trump to me?
What?
He's looking more and more like a lizard.
He does.
He looks more and more like a lizard iguana.
Yes, like an iguana.
Yeah.
Let's pull up an iguana. Secretary Hegseth cannot confirm or deny that we have kamikaze dolphins. Pretty interesting.
And I can't confirm or deny whether we have kamikaze dolphins, but I can confirm they don't, ultimately. And I can't.
Well, he says it with a smirk. So is this a joke? Or what are kamikaze dolphins? Let's get a little educated today, because I don't know what they are.
So a kamikaze dolphin refers to a dolphin trained to carry explosives or naval mines and deliberately strike enemy ships, effectively acting as a living weapon. Wow. Okay. Well, historically, the use of dolphins in the military operations dates back to the Cold War era programs where marine mammals were trained for that word, mine detection and offensive tasks. In the case of the kamikaze dolphins, the animals are trained to approach enemy vessels and detonate explosives upon contact. So they're functioning as living torpedoes. So that is really messed up.
That's insane. Sea animals are extremely intelligent. As far as my mind is concerned with this subject, dolphins, sharks, fish, especially the deep sea creatures, those guys, those are aliens, okay?
Right.
Those are straight up aliens. So it's like people are like, what do they look like? What do they look like that? Because that's what they are. Those are aliens, and it's so crazy that those types of sea creatures even exist. So I'm not surprised that dolphins are in the military. I'm not surprised.
We're keeping it all on the same page today. We're talking about nothing but aliens as far from Met Gala. They all look like aliens, and the hues and the tones of all their dresses very alien-esque.
Yep.
We're talking about the White House, which is obviously full of demonic aliens.
Yeah.
And of course, dolphins and the sea creatures are all aliens.
Yeah, so it seems like
it's all aliens.
It seems like we're living in a world. We don't fight against the flesh, but we fight against the principalities of the darkness of the world.
Yes.
And evil.
Amen, sister.
So Project Bluebeam, it's going to have phases.
Okay, what are these phases?
They're going to make us all believe in this. And then he says, of course, there's going to be some people that don't believe it. And then they're going to get you with the mind. Your mind is going to try to trick you because they're going to use certain ultrasonic waves to get into your mind and to make you conform.
Ugh.
So it's insane what we are up against here, people. If this is the plan, but I just haven't seen it be done. And then you always kind of go back to Ecclesiastes that talks about everything that's been done. It's going to be done again, and it'll continue on, and everything is God's plan, and really not to worry about anything.
Yeah.
So I guess I feel like it's not going to be anything that we haven't seen or that's happened before.
Right. And then also, because, with this whole Project Bluebeam, it could just be that they're just trying to stir up fear and uneasiness in the population, like making people like, okay, we can all be honest, be like, yeah, we don't really give a fuck. We don't really give a crap about any of it, right?
Yeah.
Or it could just be subtly messing with everybody and making the world uneasy, like, oh, in the back of your mind, you're like, aliens could come down any day and destroy us. You know what I mean? So you could be right. It could just be a long game of just making us uneasy and nervous and just,
controlled. With fear. Alone. Not even action. Just kind of like fear alone.
Yeah. So they'll never pull out the aliens. They'll just pull out maybe there's aliens card.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or maybe now they're like, well, we just showed the world that we are all sacrificing and doing terrible things. They're not going to care about aliens.
Right.
Like, what do they think, that we're going to care more about some creatures from outer space than we do about the own creatures we have here that are our children? And, like, come on. I mean.
Yeah. Like, are we going to care about an alien that's coming to just say hi? Like, peace, peace beyond the earth. We come in peace. Or do we care about the literal demons running our world?
Yeah.
The literal demons, literally Lucifer, Satan himself, that is in control of all the people that are at the top, playing them like puppets, running the world. I think people should care a little bit more about that than these little frail aliens that nobody cares about.
Hey, you know what? Even if they're not frail aliens, even if they're gigantic aliens and very scary, still not worse than our own governments.
Yes. People that are controlling everything. You are the worst. Aliens, we're probably going to, if they're real, probably be cool with them. Honestly, they'll probably be mad at you guys. They'll probably be like, what are you doing to your own people here?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah. If they're cool aliens. If they're good aliens. But, I mean, aliens aren't real. They're demons.
Speaking of aliens and demons, we've got Mr. reposted by the Biblical Hitman. Shout out there. And then at the Matrix, let's take a listen to the great, the powerful, the amazing Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
People are like, wow, this is a bit scary. It's completely new territory.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things. We'll decide. I mean,
Terrible.
I just hate this guy.
Terrible,
you know
terrible,
what's so
man.
annoying about him?
No, what's so annoying about him?
So what's so annoying about Bill Gates is that, first of all, he's totally unchecked. He has unchecked power, and he has unchecked control over what experiments he wants to put on the population.
It's insane.
Okay?
It's insane.
First, we've got the vaccines that he's going to other countries and here and just sticking kids all over the world with all these, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we've got the mosquitoes that he lets out on all of the mosquitoes. They're all over the world now. His mosquitoes.
Allegedly.
Right? Allegedly. And then now we've got these ticks that make you allergic to red meat.
Oh my gosh.
And these are all coming from one guy. How is he still able to be doing this? I don't understand how for literally decades, this guy has been putting things out there because he doesn't want people to live.
Well,
What the
listen,
heck?
sister. He is not a human.
Right.
He's not a human.
No, he's not.
He is answering to the Prince of Darkness.
Yes.
He's answering
right.
directly to the Prince of Darkness. And I believe, in my opinion, Bill Gates is completely taken over by demons. And I bet you there's not an ounce left of human in him.
Right.
Because a human doesn't have the capacity to do things that he's allegedly doing.
Right. No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Per usual. I guess you could say we have a lot in common.
I guess you could say that. But you got to show some pictures of these people that they're finding animals in their woods of their animals.
I'll play
with
one
these
video.
Ticks all over them, and it's just so disgusting.
I'll play one video of this. Also, in real life experience. So my husband's family that lives in upstate New York, right? They said it was a really brutal winter. And it was a tough winter. And usually if it's a brutal winter, it's always in like this, that the ticks won't be as bad whenever spring comes around because it was too harsh of a winter for them to survive through the hibernating in the ground, right?
Yeah.
And so they're saying that the opposite is happening and that there's ticks. It's the worst tick season that they've seen in their lives. And so it shouldn't be happening. And it's because allegedly these people or these things, these demons, are sending down boxes of ticks that are infected with this disease to make it, it's the Lone Star ticks, I believe. It's a disease where it makes you that you're allergic to red meat. So let's take a look at these ticks that are just appearing out of nowhere.
That really tells you how healthy red meat is for you. They're trying to make you allergic to it.
Bro, have you ever seen?
Oh, that is so.
Bro,
oh my god,
disgusting.
Yeah,
Man,
I just.
that is nasty and so terrible and terrifying. To be honest, it's so terrifying. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna combat that.
I mean, somebody said in the comments there, you take a flamethrower and you burn it all down. You burn everything down.
They can't burn it all down.
Burn it down, start over.
Oh my gosh.
No way, dude. If I saw that.
You take a flame.
Because we're from the desert, so we don't see stuff like that, right?
We don't.
So there's lots of desert. So you don't see stuff like that. And if I did ever see something like that, I think I would literally have to move. I would move. There's no way you could get me near any of that. There's no way. But you know,
really crazy.
That's not natural. It shouldn't be like that. Nature's not supposed to be like that. So yeah, no thanks. Let's talk about Andrew Colvett. I agree.
Yeah, let's talk about Andrew Colvett and his weird ass. Like he is so weird and so cringy. Yeah. And just the fact alone that Blake Neff and Andrew Colvett are the hosts of the Charlie Kirk show still, even with the declining viewership, like it's just so weird. Make your own show. You know what I mean? Like I'd feel strange being in a seat with my old boss used to be in, and it's just so cringy, and I don't like it, and I don't think anybody else likes it either. And besides that, he could be like the ultimate traitor with everything coming out.
It's kind of looking like it. I think you're 100% right. I mean, I cannot stand Blake Neff.
Oh man,
I think he's a creepy little guy, and I think he's honestly allegedly gay. I really do believe that. I think they all are. They all seem kind of gay.
They do.
With Andrew Colvett, I guess it's coming out that he has a huge stake or ownership in the Charlie Kirk's podcast. And so it makes sense that he wants to keep doing the podcast. Okay. Allegedly. These are the whispers people are saying.
You could have all the stake you want in any company, but if it's not your show, then you don't name it. You change the name.
No,
to your
you
name.
leave it. Charlie Kirk, let's just say he was by a crazy leftist, right?
Yeah.
Charlie Kirk. You still don't, you let his show rest in peace with him.
Yes.
And you let people go to the show to
archived.
See, and just leave it how it is, right?
Yeah.
People will go because they want to watch Charlie Kirk. They wanted to see his views. So the reason that they would go after he dies is to go take a look at and remember Charlie Kirk, not watch them. What are they? Who wants to watch them? They never were interested in them. Nobody was ever. We didn't know who these people were. Nobody knew their names. We still don't want to know their names. Nobody does.
Yeah.
That's why they're getting like 3,000 views on a video that was posted 5 days ago.
When Charlie Kirk used to get millions of views.
Yes.
So it's really crazy. It's really wild. And I think Blake Neff, speaking about him, I think he wrote Erica Kirk's latest speech.
You do?
I do. I just get that vibe that he wrote it. It just seems so Blake Neffy. Even though I don't really watch him that often, but what I've seen, it's definitely giving Blake Neff vibes. And I just think these guys are just the worst.
I think they're the worst.
Gosh, they just suck.
I think they're the worst too because they know they're putting out so much false narratives and false like condemnation of
everybody.
Candace, of
everybody. Like telling us how we should think and how we should feel and just lying to us. And they're kind of terrible at this moment.
They're horrible, and you can read right through them. Let's take a look at them being
read right through these guys.
Let's take a look at them being the worst.
Stu Peters reposted this.
This is from Stu Peters, the real Stu Peters.
They're saying Erica should be arrested. That
she's a robot.
If this evidence was against anyone else, they would be on trial, which has been said.
What did he just say?
She's part of saying Erica should be arrested. That
she's a robot.
If this evidence was against anyone else, they would be on trial, which has been said. If they're saying she's part of a conspiracy, they are saying that she did it. Period. And I'm not going to like accept any nonsense.
There's no way
saying otherwise.
Correct.
Hold on, I just gotta pause it real quick.
Yes.
There's no way. There is absolutely no way that Blake Neff is not gay.
Well,
There's
I
no
mean,
way.
he could be gay or not be gay. He seems like he's just like an incel.
He's gay. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to pause there, guys.
Yeah.
100% gay.
Okay.
So I posted a screen grab.
Also, there is absolutely no way that Andrew Colvett is not gay.
No, they're
Why
I
do they
don't
talk
think
like
so.
that? Why?
Because they're just totally like
You don't think they're gay?
they're betas. I don't think they're gay. I think they're betas.
All right, I'll let him talk, but just you guys take a look at their mannerisms.
I think that
Look at Blake Neff.
they're definitely demasculated. That's for sure. Like they're like trying to save their ass right now. They're acting like little bitches.
They're creepy and they're gay.
Which has been said. If
I digress.
they're saying
Correct. Yeah, and so I posted a screen grab where, you know, Candace was talking with a former employee of mine and saying, you know, my first question ahead of the December 15th meeting that they had in Nashville is going to be, why did you murder your husband? So I posted that, and I think that's what Pete is referring to. Yeah, I mean, listen, I think that there is some truth to that, and you know where the line really gets for me is if you're going to come for Erica Kirk, you're going to start having to go through me, Blake, and the rest of us because I'm sick of it, and I'm sick of Charlie's widow getting attacked senselessly, and that's it.
I'm sick of people. A ton of these people trash Charlie right up to the point of his death, and then I'm sick of people who are trafficking in lies and presenting themselves as his best friend when they hate his organization, hate his wife, hate the people around him, hate what he fought for, hate the Jews, hate everyone, and they come out and they just deal in lies and manipulation because they think that'll make them rich and get clicks.
I want to say something, another thing about Blake Neff here. So he's saying that, you know, everybody's coming after her. Everybody hates the Jews. Everybody's so evil and demonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we all be reminded real quick why Blake Neff got fired from Tucker Carlson's show?
Tucker Carlson's network. He worked for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
He was one of his writers.
Blake Neff, a former top writer for Fox News, Tucker Carlson Tonight, resigned in 2020 after CNN revealed that he had been posting racist, misogynistic, and homophobic comments for years under the pseudonym Charles 12 on an unmoderated online forum. The posts included derogatory remarks about African Americans, Asian Americans, and women, as well as personal attacks and harassment threats. Fox News condemned the behavior as horrendous and deeply offensive and said it was never disclosed to the network until after the investigation, at which point they accepted his resignation.
So I just really, really like the part there that the post included derogatory remarks. So he was being racist towards Black people, Asians, and being sexist against women, right?
Yeah.
And also homophobic, which is kind of funny. Because
considering the homophobic vibes you get, the homophobic vibes he arises within you.
So I wanted to share that because it's very important. These people that he's sitting high and mighty here, pretending like he's such a good doer and he wants to do good for Charlie Kirk's image and Erica Kirk. He wants to just their best interest at heart. While he sits here and he's apparently, allegedly, a racist, homophobic pig. So, just saying.
Yeah.
You can't be both.
Yep.
You can't be both.
It is either or.
Yep.
Most of the time.
Mostly.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you haven't already, go ahead and download us on Spreaker or wherever you get your podcasts.
And if you want to support the channel, just check out our Patreon. We also have some new merch available. Until next time, guys.